Welcome back to Starfield, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone in between. We're back in Neon, trying to make our way to Ryujin Towers. And hopefully get all that corporation stuff behind us someday.
Keep out of my way and I'll keep out of yours.
I'll try.
Hang around too long and Vina will try to test some of her work on you.
We don't want that, do we?
Hey there. Good to see you again.
Is that my beautiful shipment?
Yep, it is.
You were right about this one, Masako.
Hopefully all there and accounted for.
Looks like it. This should be more than enough. Now, I shall excuse myself and get to work on finalizing this prototype.
So, what did you learn about CM Station RC-1?
Well, Infinity hired Ecliptic.
Lucas must be desperate if he hired them to collect the Rothosite. Were there any survivors?
No.
Good. I may not condone murder, but I refuse to have sympathy for indiscriminate killers like Ecliptic, especially after massacring innocents working for us. Now, I also had a report that you were spotted at the clinic. I take it you traced the shipment there?
Yes, ma'am.
I figured it was related. And were you able to determine the purpose of this secure wing?
Infinity was performing illegal human trials.
So, it sounds like Lucas has reached a new level of desperation to ensure his future as CEO. I'll make sure Yuko's team extracts every bit of information they can from the clinic's database on this. Between hiring Ecliptic and unauthorized human trials, we have enough to take Lucas down for good. And with the Rothosite secure, it's almost time for us to make our move.
Well, it's about time, as I said before.
Aren't we all? Head up to the executive floor and speak to Dalton. He has an update for you on the mole's identity. I've called a meeting, and I expect you to attend. It's time to put the final plan in motion.
I thought Imogen was sort of the mole.
Good.
Well,
You're right on time.
thanks, Dalton.
I reevaluated all the evidence. It took every resource I had, but the final answer is clear. Ularu is the mole. Yes, you made the right call. I've briefed Masako and discussed her plans on handling this.
That's what I was thinking.
While we both agree Ularu is guilty, we need irrefutable evidence before presenting this to the board. For now, we lead everyone to believe that Imogene was the mole, and the situation was dealt with.
All right.
Good. Keeping Ularu in the dark is the key to taking her down. Masako has tasked Ularu with writing the program to bring down Infinity Ltd. We believe she'll take the chance to incriminate Masako within the program. So this could provide the evidence we're looking for. You will be tasked with the assignment to infiltrate Infinity. So before you go, I want you to bring that program to me.
Oh dear.
Good. Once Ularu believes she's properly deflected any suspicion, I have no doubt she'll be bold enough to hide something within whatever program she writes. Now, let's attend a meeting.
Take a seat in the conference room. That should be one of our easiest parts in that quest here.
We called you all together to discuss a recent security breach. We discovered a mole within the company who leaked vital information about Project Dominion to Infinity Ltd.
You've got to be kidding me.
Just don't tell me it's Vina.
No.
I think we've all noticed she's not here.
Before you speculate any further, no, it's not Vina. The guilty party is Imogene Salzo, much to my disappointment. Our operative here obtained the evidence to confirm it.
Imogene had you all fooled. No, I was able to find and confront her.
Dalton, how does something like this happen?
Imogene is highly trained. Ularu can even speak to that. We demand the best. So that's the threat we deal with.
I may have well-trained operatives, but security is your responsibility, Dalton. This is a huge failing on your part.
I accept the responsibility, but let's not forget. The mole has already been exposed and dealt with.
Of course, thanks to another of my operatives.
Well, we can't blame Dalton.
Watch me.
Imogene's been dealt with, so bickering is pointless. All I care about is reacquiring our property and what this might be costing us financially.
Vina is completing the internal neuroamp prototype as we speak. Our operative will receive the implant, infiltrate Infinity Ltd, and obtain any and all research. I have it on good authority. The experimentations they've done to replicate the missing pieces of our work have resulted in fatalities.
Well, sort of.
I can't imagine the mess their legal department has on their hands.
If I may make a suggestion, we should
No.
give this evidence to David at SSNN. It's the best neutral method of releasing this information to the general public.
That'd make my job easier.
David it is, then.
Masako, the internal neuroamp is ready if you want to send out a candidate.
I hope you're ready for this.
I'm not sure.
You always have a choice. You just have to decide which set of consequences you prefer to live with. Vina will be waiting for you in the neuroamp division in R&D. Once you're done, meet me in my office. Be ready to discuss the details of your next assignment.
Good.
They know how to make a client feel welcome up here.
Yep, they do.
Are you sure you're okay? You left pretty fast.
I'm fine. I really thought that formula would be the one, and it blew up in my face. Almost literally.
Was your first test run? Could have been worse.
Yeah, I just need a few minutes to sort myself out. And let the smoke settle.
That smoke's long since cleared. It's the smell that's lingering. But it's no worse than that time Bezzy singed off all his facial hair.
Oh my god. And we still give him hell over that. Thanks for cheering me up.
Double check those measurements are right. Anesthesia always makes me nervous.
Scan of your vital signs. You are currently alive.
Ah, here's my lucky candidate. I hope you're ready to embark on one amazing journey.
So happy.
Oh, don't worry. That's not on the agenda. Now, just a few details before we begin. Obviously, we'll be putting you under. I'll be making a small incision in the back of your skull where the internal neuroamp will be fitted. The whole procedure should only take 3 to 4 hours with little to no downtime afterwards, provided DeMarcus got everything entered correctly.
Did I not just say I quadruple-checked the numbers?
You know I'm just giving you a hard time. Besides, I've got to make sure my patient is reassured.
I'm sure everything's
Of course.
going to
We've got,
be
what,
okay.
5 PhDs between the two of us?
6, but who's counting?
All I'm saying is that you're in good hands. Now, just lie down on the table once you're ready, and we should be good to go.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, let's get this party started. Well, well, look who's finally up. The operation was a success, obviously. Once you're able to refocus, let me know how you're doing.
I'm alright.
Hey there.
Hello.
So, how are you feeling? You look good?
Well, sort of.
Huge success. No surprises, no signs of rejection. You were the ideal subject. Now, we just keep our fingers crossed and hope no unknown side effects come creeping in later.
Oh, I feel
That's
fine.
exactly what we want. Just a couple quick notes before using the internal neuroamp. First, you can only influence one person at a time. And second, the effect is temporary, so be prepared if you use it in a combat situation.
So, I'm an influencer now?
Now that's something to talk to the drone engineers about. Now let's test this sucker out. DeMarcus has graciously volunteered for science, he says.
All right.
That's the spirit. DeMarcus loves being hands-on and experiencing things on his own. It's probably why he's the second most published scientist here, after me. Just head up the stairs nearby to the observation deck.
Goody, observation deck then.
If Vino offers you a job as a lab rat,
Press LB to open your scanner.
If you ask me, DeMarcus is a little too excited about all this. Stop by anytime. We always have something interesting going on.
Hello.
That observation room is just a precaution. Prepare for the worst, right? Every now and then. I understand the dangers, which is why I also came up with the shielding mod. But there's a lot of tech out there we use every day that has plenty of dangerous implications. This is why I leave repercussions for people like Masako and Alexis to figure out. Stop by my office next time you're in the tower, okay?
wash your fingers. Lots of dangerous machines around.
Test room key card. Where do I get one? Seriously, how do I get in there? I can't just steal one, right?
All right, relax. This experiment can't go worse than the last one did.
All right.
You want to chat? Find DeMarcus. He's always willing to talk someone's ear off.
I'm on my 12th iteration of this design. I have a good feeling about this one.
12. Good. I guess. Use manipulation on Marcus to find a way to open the door. Huh. Well,
my first note was that you can only influence one person at a time. This is due to the focus required to use it. Second was that the effect is temporary. If you use it to pacify an attacker, be prepared to deal with them when it wears off. I know it's not ideal, but I'm hoping to address it in future iterations. The internal neuroamp amplifies your brainwaves, focuses them on your subject, and overwrites their own electrical impulses. Your subject will believe anything they do while under your influence is of their own volition. Don't be ridiculous. Of course I wasn't. Nothing in science is absolute. I had a hypothesis that you'd be all right, which we proved correct via experimentation. The perfect scientific process. The seamless integration of my internal neuroamp into your brain structure is the happy consequence of that experiment.
Right. I'm back. I don't know what happened, but it just worked when I tried again. Manipulation attempt failed. Alright. Activate. Well, can you please open the door? All right. Right, I have to... Oh, now I do. Now I know. So we should open the door. Good. Oh, that was quite a bit of a ride.
Oh my god, that was incredible. What was it like?
Wow. How to describe it? 1 minute I was excited about seeing how the experiment would go. The next, I had a brief moment of disorientation and figured I must have lost my train of thought. It felt eerily natural. And yes, I admit it, just as you predicted.
I knew it, I knew it, I knew it! I can hardly wait to finish writing up my latest dissertation. And you owe me 100 creds.
I'll be keeping myself under constant surveillance now. I'm curious if any other side effects may manifest.
So, Lena, what do you think?
So, tell me all about it. How did it feel? Any side effects?
I didn't feel like anything at all.
Yes. Good. Hear that, DeMarcus? That's 2 for 2 now.
I heard. It really was fascinating how all I experienced was a moment of disorientation. It's truly remarkable tech.
Yeah, I'd agree, but I wouldn't be comfortable using it.
Maybe that's the beauty of it. You'd never know. Besides, the neuroamp isn't total control. If a subject's morals or beliefs in something are strong enough, we still see points of failure. That being said, it's been interesting to discover the actions our subjects sanction in their own minds.
Okay. As much as I'd love to go over the details and potential of this amazing piece of technology I created, Masako wants to see you. It sounds like you have an assignment to complete. And DeMarcus and I have a lot of notes to record.
Goody. So the experiment went alright.
Where the hell did I put that torch?
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
I'm trying.
Good, you're here. I wasn't sure how accurate Vina's promise of no downtime was going to be.
Let's just hope her promise of no brain damage holds true as well.
Now that you've been outfitted with the internal neuroamp, it's time to put that tech to work. We're sending you into Infinity Ltd. Lucas Drexler is about to learn exactly why you don't steal from Ryujin Industries.
We'll make him wish he never heard of Project Dominion.
And wish he shall, every day, while he rots away in prison. All right. Yuko has provided a layout of Infinity Ltd. You have two options for this assignment. We'll be providing you with the means for both. Option A, you gain entry through their maintenance access on the roof. Option B, we give you an assigned identity and arrange a meeting for you.
Would I really be attending this meeting?
Of course not. The meeting is just a legitimate way in. Once inside, you'll be led to a waiting room where your host will be running late. That's your opportunity to make your way to either the executive floor or R&D. Option A, you need to remain under the radar the entire time. Option B, you have a slight cover that may give you the opportunity to talk your way to your objectives. Just hope those acting skills don't get you caught or killed. Now, depending on your preference, you'll either find yourself in the maintenance hallway or the marketing department. From there, you have 3 targets. First, you have Lucas Drexler's computer, located in his office on the executive floor. Second is Faye Sengsavan's computer, in research and development. And third, you need to obtain the prototype they are working on, also in R&D.
As you can see, you've several floors to traverse. So I hope you're prepared for an adventure.
Well, that's a lot of ground.
Nothing a good operative can't manage. Now, I had Ularu create a program that you need to run on both Lucas and Faye's computers. I'll let her explain the details.
You see, once we expose Infinity Ltd, all of their data is going to come under intense scrutiny. We only want the public to know about their mercenary hires and unauthorized human trials, but Project Dominion needs to remain confidential. I've created an overseer program that will gather all the evidence we need, and at the same time delete anything relating to Ryujin and the internal neuroamp.
So the public will never know Infinity stole from Ryujin.
Exactly. And what the public doesn't know doesn't hurt them. Now, we don't want to mess on this one. A body count will only distract from what we're trying to accomplish here. Simon Rychek provided some useful info on how to evacuate civilians from the building. I'm sure you remember him from Sidonia. Infinity's maintenance crew is understaffed. It's only a matter of time before pressure gauges go unchecked and they have a massive issue on their hands. Once that pressure becomes too much, every floor in the building is going to suffer from gas leaks, setting off an automated alarm to evacuate the building. Simon was able to get a passcode for you to access their system's computer, so you can force the heating system to fail.
All right.
I'd highly advise you use it. This assignment isn't the time to test your abilities. The only thing you're out there to prove is that you can get this job done. We're also issuing you an operative suit. It should help reduce their ability to detect you. These suits are typically reserved for the senior ranks, but we want to reduce as much risk as possible.
Yep, thanks.
Just make sure you follow through on that statement.
Once you've run the Overseer program and obtained the prototype, your final step is to deliver the slate to David Barron at the SSNN field office. If he asks questions, feel free to give him just enough information to pique his interest, but no mention of Ryujin or who you are. SSNN is used to anonymous tips. They'll do whatever verifications they deem necessary on their own to confirm the story.
Oh, I'd love to see Lucas, the look on Lucas' face.
You and me both. So, any final questions before you go?
What kind of security am I looking at?
Depending on whether or not you evacuate the building, you'll mostly be looking at security guards, much like we have here. You may encounter an automated defense system in the form of turrets as well, so be careful. Pay attention. We're giving you a slate with a program that has to be run on Lucas Drexler and Faye Sengsavan's computers.
Right.
You also need to steal their current prototype of the internal neuroamp kept on their R&D floor. Once you're done, you're bringing the slate to David Barron at SSNN. You have the ability to manipulate others. If someone's in your way, you could get them to move. If someone has a key card, that means you have a key card. The possibilities here are really up to you.
Sounds interesting.
You'll be restricted to the marketing floor. An appointment is not a free pass. Good luck, and be sure to report directly back to me when you return.
Here's Simon's passcode, your operative suit, the Overseer program, and your cover identity. Your cover ID card is encoded with roof entry and elevator access, so that's your ticket in, either way. Don't screw this up. Skylar Lumen?
Thanks, I guess.
Don't cause any trouble.
No. No worries.
CEO is no joke.
Do you have the program?
Yes.
I'm certain Ularu won't pass up this opportunity. So, let's take a look. Aha. The decryption's hit a snag. There's definitely something here. This is exactly what we needed. According to this code, Ularu intended to plant false evidence that would show Masako was working with Lucas. The moment you launched the Overseer program, a series of fabricated communication files would have been uploaded to the Infinity LTD network. One of them even frames Masako for encouraging Lucas to push for early human trials. I'm going to copy the necessary files off this slate and issue you a new one. I want to keep this one intact, so Ularu can't dispute it. All right.
Goody.
Now, we finally have the evidence we need to prove Ularu's guilt.
So Ularu was going to frame Masako.
Yes. And had you not brought this program to me in the first place, you would have been the one planting the false evidence. Without that falsified evidence, Ularu is in for a big surprise. I fully expect she'll be eagerly awaiting SSNN's broadcast, anticipating Masako to be accused alongside Lucas Drexler. Here's the new slate with the revised Overseer program. Let's get this assignment finished the right way.
Good. I will. Hopefully.
I've got my eye on you.
I know.
This could be the most important meeting of my career.
However, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna happen in our next episode. Thanks for watching. I'm a gaming cat dad. See you soon.